بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. The topic of this video is the importance of having what we call in Arabic ورد السماع, which is that you listen, that you sit and listen to Al-Quran instead of reciting it, instead of memorizing it, instead of silently reciting it, or even looking in Mus'haf without uttering any words, or reading tafsir, or reading what people call the translation of the Quran. We are talking here about the importance of wird as-sama, and it is a Sufi practice that has a very strong basis in the Sharia. The basis is that the Prophet ﷺ would bring some of his companions like Ubay ibn Ka'b radiallahu anhu to listen from them, to listen to Al-Quran from them. Some of them said to him, and it was Ubay radiallahu anhu, if I remember correctly, do I recite Al-Quran to you and it has been revealed to you? He said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I would like to hear it, to listen to it from someone else, to listen to the recitation of someone. And apparently there is a difference between when you recite Al-Quran, you say it, and you hear your recitation. This is one thing, but your nafs, your aql, your intellect and your soul, your heart, everything, you are not 100% focused on the message of Allah. You are focused on your recitation, your performance, yes, your voice and other things. When you recite, you get a little bit distracted. It's a great worship. I'm not saying that listening is better than reciting the Quran. I'm just saying that it is important to listen as well as recite. And what I'm actually saying is that there has to be a part of your word of reading or reciting the Quran, that has to be the word of sama', listening to the Quran instead of just reciting it. This is very important because you allow yourself to listen without being distracted by your own recitation, by your own performance, that you listen to the message of God. So, and that's why this takes us to the next part of this discussion. Please, even if you like some reciters or some mashayikh who recite the Quran, stop listening to most of the ones that you listen to. I've seen that you listen to very young people, come from different countries. Sometimes they are born in the West, very modern mashayikh, and hopefully not in a very negative way. And I do not think that their recitation or recitations, the way they recite the Quran or the ways they recite the Quran, I think these ways do not meet the standards of reciting Al-Quran. And I want you, when you listen to Al-Quran as a part of your word, to restrict yourself to 5 or 6 shuyukh, 5 or 6 reciters of Al-Quran, and please do not try to try anyone else, especially people who recite Al-Quran, all of it from their nose. So all the time they make nasal sounds. You like it because you have like your own standards of what is aesthetic or what is beautiful or what is a good voice, and your standards are meaningless because they are just personal standards. This is something that you like and another thing that you dislike. But for this purpose of sama', please respect the universal standards, the standards of the Mashaykh of Al-Quran, the scholars of this field, scholars of Tajweed and scholars of Al-Quran in general. So the 5 or 6 names that I would probably mention to anyone, and actually whenever I listen to Al-Quran, I restrict myself to these people. There are other good people, I will mention other names, but I want you to restrict yourself to the names I'm going to mention. Shaykh Muhammad Sadiq al-Minshawi, Shaykh Abdul Basit Abd Samad, Shaykh Mahmoud Khalil al-Husari, Shaykh Mahmoud Ali al-Banna, and Shaykh Mustafa Ismail. These are this is like the golden era of reciting Al-Quran. The 5 of them are Egyptians, but this is not me being taking the side of people who come from my country or anything like this. They happen to be. Egyptians. We can add to them Sheikh Muhammad Rifat. However, the recitation of Sheikh Muhammad Rifat has been affected by the quality of the recording, and he was, I think, he was old when he started recording these things that we listen to, and it was not high quality, or relatively not high quality. It was a very long time ago, but the five that I've mentioned, their recordings have better quality. You listen to anything that they do. I prefer in Wird al-Sama' that you listen to at-Tajweed because it's slower, or they call it يعني a recitation. They call it mujawwada, and the other one called murattala. One is slower than the other. Mujawwada is slower than al-murattala, and I believe it's much better because it gives you the chance to like meditate, not to meditate in the normal fashion that you're trying to be calmer. This is not one of the purposes, by the way. The purpose is that you think about what you are listening to, and it depends on your understanding of the Arabic language, definitely. However, the more you listen, the better you get. Yes, the more you listen to these recitations, the better you get. My favorite would be Sheikh Mahmoud Al-Banna. I really prefer Sheikh Mahmoud Al-Banna. However, I think I also like Sheikh Muhammad Sadiq and the rest, all of them, but specifically these two, and Sheikh Mahmoud Al-Banna comes first, in my opinion, just my opinion. We do not focus in these wird of listening to Al-Quran on the music. Yani the music, how Shaykh uses his understanding of music theory and other things to recite Al-Quran. طبعا it's permissible to recite Al-Quran like this. It's very beautiful and everything, but this is not our main focus. Our main focus is to listen like attentively to the message of God. One last thing, when it comes to people who do not understand Arabic, they are learning Arabic, they are trying, or they will at some point, yani, but they do not really understand the Arabic language. Are they supposed to listen to these things? Yes, in order to enhance what we would call their dhawq, or their taste, and also because it will help them learn the Arabic language and help them learn the Quran and everything. They should listen. In this case, I wouldn't say that they are listening to the message of God because they do not understand most of it. I wouldn't say that they are listening to the message of God, but they are listening to His kalam. And they will find it beautiful, and they can think about how He uses His voice to illustrate the meanings and everything, how He uses the music to illustrate the meaning. I mean, the word music here is not haram, yani, has nothing to do with the haram music that people think about when we say the word music. Again, it's very important, especially if you like commute for like some time every day, then it is a very good idea to have this, or to begin with having the wird of al-sama' in your car or while commuting or whatever. And I think it is very important, and it is one of the things that the Shuyukh of al-Sufiyya recommend, especially if you are actually reciting Al-Quran and you have some word of reciting Al-Quran, or you are memorizing it, so you're reciting it already, so it is beneficial then to add this detail. والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم وصلي اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.